let me tell you, when I found out you were doing the solo EP, I wasn't sure. Obviously, when an artist does goes out and does solo aside from the band they're in, you never know what to expect. But oh my God, I'm blown away by the EP. I mean, I just
Oh,
yes.
thank you so much. I'm like, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much.
I would just wish there was more. I want more. I wish it was longer. That's the thing. Is
Oh, you are so nice. That honestly is making my heart so happy. Thank you so
ah
much.
definitely. But Winter Jam starts on Friday, so you're
I know. I'm
it's
freaking out, man. It's actually here.
it's the biggest tour you've done as a solo artist. You did some. I know that Skillet did that run in the fall, I think, and
Yeah.
you opened the shows. I mean, it was a short run, but I mean that
Yep.
was that with for King and Country that you guys did that run with?
Yeah, great
Yeah,
memory. Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
Thank
It
you.
was. It was like my that was like my launch tour. It was like in
Right.
April, and it was
Yeah,
opening up the night with Ledger. First
that's what
time
it
ever
was.
doing road
Yeah,
shows, and then closing the night with Skillet too. Yeah, it was tiring. You can imagine,
yeah.
but
I was gonna say,
pretty awesome season.
what was the nerves for you going into that run? Because I mean, there's nerves every time you go out and do a tour, I'm sure. But when you're doing pulling double duty on top of it being your first real tour as a solo artist as well, I mean, what were the nerves going into that tour? I
Oh,
mean,
you honestly, you can't even imagine. It the fact that it's like, not only is it my first ever tour, not only is it the launch of the music, we'd only just announced that I was doing my own thing.
yeah.
Like a matter of weeks before, it was such a whirlwind of, man, I hope the fans don't freak out, but make it as clear as possible I'm not leaving Skillet. This is,
Right.
because a lot of people just hated it instantly because they thought that it meant I was leaving Skillet, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not leaving Skillet? I really like it. It was
Right.
just like such finesse in like even how we presented it and stuff. And not only that, this is something that I kind of have felt like maybe for 6 years or so, I felt like maybe God was stirring in my heart to be writing my own music, because
Sure.
I was kind of meeting a lot of people that were it sounds silly, but they're like, I changed my hair to be like you, or I learned the drums because of you. And I
That's
felt
awesome
so
though.
humbled that, yeah, like I was like, man, God, you've given me this sort of platform into people's lives as a role model. And I just felt really stirred and challenged to like use this platform in every way possible, be more vocal,
Yeah.
and just sort of let people know who I am, what my heart is. And if people are looking and listening, why not use this window to just be even more vocal about my faith?
Yeah.
And so that was why I wanted to start writing music anyway. But it's been like a 6-year journey of kind of, it went
Oh
from this,
wow.
what seemed like a silly dream. Like I remember telling the Coopers and feeling embarrassed. Like, is this so stupid? I can't believe I'm saying this out loud,
Right.
and then to actually be stepping out on tour to see like God actually bring something that was once almost like seemed like a silly dream, to see it come into reality. And not only that, I'm playing with like for King and Country and
Yeah.
Skillet,
Yeah.
launching my own tour. It's like you couldn't line that up. You couldn't ask for something more
Yeah.
ideal. I'm playing in both bands. I don't have to leave my own band to be obedient. It's like just such
Mhm.
an incredible season of like getting to step into things that God's almost unraveled for me.
Yeah.
And so it was really, really cool. It was, as you can imagine, it was like a little bit more nerve-wracking than, because not only is like this has been a dream of mine for 6 years, and now I'm actually stepping into it. There was
Yeah.
like an element of surrealness and like dreaminess that this is something I've been thinking and praying into for years, and now it's happening tonight. I just like that pressure of it felt almost like,
Yeah.
is this actually happening? And then on top of it, I've only ever played the drums. I've been behind the kit. I've
Yeah.
stepped out for moments, but they're not like songs from the depths of my heart. They're not
Right.
songs that have been on my journey.
Right.
So I think there was a level of vulnerability that I wasn't quite expecting when I was standing there. And I'm like, these people don't know the music, unlike Skillet, where I come out and they're already cheering. So they already know it.
Right.
Because then I'm like, they're sitting there like, who are you? What is? I'm like, you like me when I play with Skillet? So it was
Right.
like, just that feeling of, oh man, like they might not like this, and there was like a level of vulnerability and feeling kind of exposed that I wasn't
Mhm.
expecting. But it's been actually, even though that is like kind of super stretching, it's really beautiful too when I meet someone that's like, oh, your song Not Dead Yet really touched me because I know it, and then to have them connect with it, and it is something that's so personal to you. I'm like, okay, thank you, God. This is the whole reason that I ever felt called to this anyway.
Right.
And so it was massively rewarding, even though it was massively stretching too.
Right, and you mentioned that you step away from the kit sometimes during the Skillet shows over the years. You've done like Yours to Hold or Hero, but
Yeah.
those songs I think were those songs written before you came into the band, so it's kind of different singing songs that you actually
Yeah.
wrote all of.
Totally, yeah. So Yours to Hold was written, that was on the Comatose album,
Yeah,
which was before I even joined.
yeah, yeah.
Hero and Awaken and Live was when I joined, so they were kind
Okay,
of
I
written like
wasn't
more for
sure.
my vocal range.
Okay,
But
I
yeah,
couldn't
even so,
remember
they're not like songs from, oh, I wrote that in a really vulnerable
exactly.
place. You know,
Yeah,
it's just different,
yeah.
altogether.
Well,
Still
yeah.
wonderful, and yeah, I love being a part of both. Like seeing how God uses music is just so wonderful. But yeah, like when it's from your heart, you're like, well, this is actually about a really hard season I went through. Like if they don't
Right.
like this or don't connect, you kind of like, well,
It's like
that feels more personal than it
It's
did
like
before.
John was going through a lot when he wrote the song, and now I'm singing it.
Yeah, totally. I'm like, poor him. Just kidding.
Right,
It's just a lot easier when it's not your story.
right.
Totally.
So, were you surprised when Not Dead Yet had kind of the mainstream success that it's had as well, or was that kind of the original plan?
I mean, I was hoping to follow in Skillet's footsteps.
Sure.
Skillet is a mainstream rock band and we're in
Yeah.
the Christian market too, obviously. And one of the things that I have felt like is it's just so powerful to see is we play some of the darkest rock shows in the whole world with the
Yeah.
most influential bands in the world. And
Yeah.
it's just so cool to see how there's all these people that have tried to kind of run away from anything holy, and they're
Right.
here celebrating, maybe it's hate or pain or whatever. And then we get on stage and sing of hope and sing of Jesus. And you're kind of like, only God could be this faithful to these people to develop like a weapon that he can bring into the darkest of darkest places and still shine his hope, still sort of like bring his glory. And whenever we do those shows, it's so like, it makes you feel so humble, but you also just feel his presence. And it's like so cool to be in these places and a part of a team that are just carrying like his hope with us into these darkest of dark places. And so when it came to doing the ledger stuff, I definitely wanted to make sure that, if God were to have me sort of in the mainstream market, I didn't want to be exclusive in the way that I wrote. Like I didn't want to write things that only Christians relate to.
Yeah.
And I followed in the Skillet template, which is, how Jesus speaks in parables,
Yeah.
and those that know him and know the Lord, they're going to know what it's about. But those that are just hungry are going to search him and find out. And those that aren't interested just heard a good story. And
Yeah.
so that's the way that Skillet writes, and that's the way I'm writing too, in hopes that if God wants to bring me into the darker places too, and if I can follow in Skillet's footsteps like that, I'd be really honored to.
For sure. And one of the most interesting shows, I mean, I've seen Skillet 20 times now, and because
Oh, you're rock, dude.
you're my favorite band. You guys did a lot
You're
to help
amazing.
me. Yeah, you did a
Thank
lot.
you.
Well, you did a lot to help me through a lot of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I don't miss it. I'm
Wonderful.
trying to get down to Evansville in a couple months. But one of the coolest shows I saw you guys do was Louder Than Life a few years ago. It was you guys, and then Ghost was either on right before or right after you, which was just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
just
like
crazy.
lighting.
Like,
Yeah.
people literally dressed up as priests and
Yeah.
antichrist stuff and upside down crosses and everything that
Yeah.
it should be offensive to Christians and all that, and we're there like, hey guys,
Yeah.
it's like we're so friendly and nice to meet you, and
Yeah.
it's just so awesome to be like,
Yeah.
you know what, we're just so not ashamed of our faith, and we're happy to be here. We're happy to be alongside you and hope that we can sort of shine his light and show you who he is, because people just don't know who he is, and they often think that we come in and we're going to be backstage telling everyone that they're sinners and that we have to pray for them. And what you will find is that people are really disarmed by just us being kind, and they're like, so what is this Jesus thing about? And it's through your kindness, and just sort of showing his love that it's amazing how quickly he moves. There's like they just really do expect to be judged or to be
Hmm.
sort of like held at arm's distance, and instead it's wonderful to see God touch people backstage and on stage too.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, that's one thing I love
Yeah,
about Winter Jam. I mean, this is going to be obviously the biggest tour you've done as a solo artist, and really, I think
yeah,
the first time you've gone out without the Skillet camp. But does it help?
exactly.
But you've also done Winter Jam with Skillet probably 3 or 4 times now too. Does it help having that familiarity there, and does it add a little bit of comfort and peace knowing I'm still kind of at home going out and doing this big of a run?
Definitely. I think you've really hit the nail on the head there. Like, it's like when people ask me how I'm feeling about it, it's like there is such a mix of emotions because I've spent 11 years in Skillet with my
Wow.
best friends, my heroes. You know, they're my like biggest influences would be John and Corey. I
Yeah.
just want to be like them. They're incredible people, and so yes, I've done Winter Jam maybe 4 times. I think maybe
Hmm.
more. It's something we've done a lot with
It's hard to keep
Skillet. So
count.
yeah, it's hard to keep count, you
Yeah.
know. And so it's there's half of me that's like this is familiar. I'm stepping into it, and I kind of know the layout.
Yeah.
However, it feels completely new all at the same time because I've never done it without like my two best friends either side of me, and
Yeah.
I've never done it without Skillet. I've never done it. I feel a little bit like a kid going to high school without their best friends. They're like, I
Gotcha.
don't know anyone there, and I'm like, that's not actually true. I do know people there. I'm
Right.
super excited because I know this is God, and only He could let me be doing something such a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a mix of emotions, and there's the little side of me that's like, I don't ever want to do anything without my best friend. But I
Right.
know it's right and good and exciting, and they're even going to come and fly out and help me with rehearsals and see the first
Awesome.
show. And I just been like, any input, any advice, any wisdom you guys have, you just give it to me because they're just geniuses. Not only with writing, not only with musicianship, but like as far as actual show moments, John Cooper's a total genius. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if there's any chance I could fly you out and help me, and it just they're definitely helping me in every way, and like
Awesome.
I'm just trying to learn from them with every step, and yeah, but yeah, there's a mix of emotions for sure.
Well, in Winter Jam, it's weird because it's a lot of the same artists every couple of years, but
Yeah,
it's a different setup and different production. Winter Jam is different every time too. It's the most
totally.
interesting tour you're gonna see, and I mean, and a lot of these
Yeah,
artists you've toured and bands you've toured with as well. You've got Mandisa. I think you guys did a short run with her at one point
yeah,
with Toby. I
yeah.
mean, it's who are you looking forward to seeing again on this time around on Winter Jam? I mean, because
Yeah,
it's the Newsboys United. I mean,
I know, and it's so cool too because you know I've toured with Newsboys when Peter Furler was singer, and then I've
yeah,
played a few shows since Michael was back in them, and it's like just it is always sort of intricate moving parts, you know.
yeah,
I'm excited about a lot of artists, honestly. I know that sounds like such a sellout answer, but it's just the truth. Like, obviously Duncan in the Newsboys with
yeah,
his spinning drum riser, I just think he's
yeah,
cool. He's such a nice guy,
yeah,
and it'll be really cool to be actually on tour with him. And
yeah.
then Mandisa, she was on the first tour I ever did when I just turned 18 with Skillet, which was Winter Jam. So she just
Oh
has
wow,
such a dear little place in my heart because she reminds me of when God was changing everything in my life and just showing me how he's a God of the impossible. So she's just always going to sit in like this little throne where I'm like,
right?
she's a part of the season when God was just
Yeah.
changing my life radically. And then I've just recently, like it was just this last year when I was on Winter Jam with Skillet, got
Hmm.
to meet Holland and her band,
Oh, she's
and
awesome.
which got that wicked girl drama, and I'm like,
Nice.
I love you. She's so cool, and we became friends. And Holly is so sweet, and I'm so excited to just kind of spend time with them. And then obviously Ren Collective. My sister walked down the aisle to one of their songs, so
Really
I'm like, my family's gonna
nice.
think I've finally made it now that I'm touring with Ren Collective. So I'm like, there's just so many different
That's
things where I'm like, I'm kind of pumped, you know?
right. That's how my mom is. Like, you've done all this stuff, but you won't make it till you shoot Bon Jovi. I'm like, really, mom? Of all the stuff
Yeah.
I've done, that's the
Oh
one, right?
yeah.
You know.
I
So
know.
yeah.
I'm like, I've played with like some of the biggest rock bands in the whole world, and
Right.
then like I play with some of these like worship acts like Bethel or something, and my
Yeah.
family are like, you played with Jesus Culture, and I'm like,
Right.
I was playing with Korn and I
Yeah.
don't know, like Metallica. I don't know,
Yeah.
like can you not see? I don't know. It's a little surprising, but okay, this is. it's
Right.
cool to see, because they are like the rock stars of the Christian,
They are.
Christian culture, and they're in
Yeah.
every church. So I do think it's really cool how I get to rub shoulders with all these different people, and it's just
Yeah.
funny to see the ones that are like, finally, you've made it.
Exactly. Well, the Winter Jam is coming through Indy. It may be a couple months away. March 29th. It's gonna come fast, and every year there's at least one artist on that tour that makes me want to come back and go to Winter Jam. And let me tell you, this year it's you for sure. No, hands down. And then I'll be hopefully down in Evansville for you're going out with Breaking Benjamin and Fight the Fury,
Yeah,
John solo
yeah.
artist. Which it's weird. Corey's the only one without a side project right now, but
Well, she's
you know,
the funny thing is she's the genius behind all of them too. Though, like she's the one, like she
she does a
produced the
lot.
Ledger project and killed it, and then she's
Yeah,
producing the Skillet album right now, and so she's always the secret genius behind the works that makes all of the other projects work.
we need to
So,
rest Corey. We need to make sure Corey's
yes,
rested and ready to
she's
go.
she's the superstar that makes it all happen. It's
That's
just that
awesome.
people don't know it because she's a secret weapon. So I know that I couldn't be doing any of the things I'm doing without Corey
Right.
Cooper. I'm like, she's my freaking secret weapon, and yeah. So it is just such an exciting. You're so right about all the different bands, and
Yeah.
there's got to be one artist you're gonna love, and I feel
Exactly.
incredibly honored you'd say it was me.
Yes. I'm going to be there. I'll be in Indy March 29th. I'm as close as I can get. I'm ready to go. Cannot wait. I'll be down there shooting photos at the set. And
Yay.
hopefully I'll run into you. I know sometimes you guys are signing after the Winter Jam shows. Hopefully yeah, we'll be able to see each other and connect. And I cannot wait. I'm ready. And hopefully another Ledger EP or album down the road.
Yes, sir. I'm hoping that it's out as soon as possible. Thank you so much for your support and for liking
yeah.
the music. It means a ton, man.
Oh, definitely. Thank you. And good luck on the road. Good luck on Winter Jam. Stay safe. We'll see you in a few months.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you soon, man.